The Totalitarian Two-Step by Dennis C. Jantzen. Chapter 5. Until Death Do Us Part. It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. Henry Ford. The U.S. abused privilege as holding the world's reserve currency is something that they take very seriously, and they will defend using militant tactics. Currently, all currencies are fiat. Countries that have tried to institute a currency backed by something tangible, such as gold, silver, diamonds, and oil, have met grave consequences at the USI's blood-soaked, filthy hands. In 2009, Colonel Gaddafi, then president of Libya's African Union and leader for over 40 years, proposed to the African continent's states to switch to a new currency, independent of the American dollar, the gold dinar. This new currency's objective was to divert oil revenues towards state-controlled funds rather than using American banks. In other words, to stop using the dollar for oil transactions. Countries such as Nigeria, Tunisia, Egypt, and Angola were prepared to change their currencies. Regrettably, in March 2011, the NATO-led coalition began a military intervention in Libya in the name of freedom and spreading democracy. USI-led insurgents dragged the Libyan leader from a sewage pipe near his birthplace of Sirte on October 20th, 2011. He was hemorrhaging from his head, and the U.S.-led rebels and spectators joined in beating him, clubbing his groin, stabbing him with knives, and placing a bayonet up his rectum. Shortly after that, this bird of paradise among African autocrats was dead. In 2011, Hillary Clinton was interviewed with CIA-controlled 60 Minutes and jokingly stated the following: "We came, we saw, he died," she joked when told of news reports of Gaddafi's death by an aide in between formal interview. When asked by the interviewer, "Did it have anything to do with your visit to Libya just days earlier?" "I'm sure it did." Furthermore, Gaddafi's last words as he pleaded for mercy: "What did I do to you?" Colonel Gaddafi, you challenged the USI World Reserve currency by proposing an alternative to their funny money counterfeiting racket. And for that, you were murdered. Immediately after it was reported that Gaddafi was killed, CIA-controlled Fox News issued an article titled U.S. Drone Involved in Final Gaddafi Strike, citing that a U.S. Predator drone was intricate in the attack on Gaddafi's fleet in the moments before his murder. An anonymous U.S. official afterward described their policy in retrospection as leading from behind. Hillary Clinton celebrating while being notified that her mercenary puppets killed Gaddafi. Just before the USI assassinated Gaddafi, he sold a fifth of Libya's gold reserves, and most of the proceeds from the sale are still missing. With the excellent management of oil revenues, the Libyan state had managed to store hundreds of tons of gold. The remaining gold is still unaccounted for, but many people believe that the USI and their evil coalition stole it. They also robbed Libya's funds in bank and investment accounts.